Hello and thanks for joining me for another episode of Dazza Little, Day 3, Project Zomboid, doing a playtest of my Custom Vending Machines mod. This one here. And just waking up nice and early in the morning. So if you are just joining me for the first time, there will be a link in the description below for the full playlist. And the first video in that playlist is a demo video of the mod, giving instructions on the challenge as well, which is still a work in progress, and that's part of the reason of this playthrough, is to work out some rebalancing for the challenge. The second video in the playlist is episode 0, which just goes over my particular sandbox settings and character creation for this run. Let's pop up here and check our traps. Looks like we have caught something. Do we have any bugs? We don't. Let's just do a bit of a forage on the way up there. Actually, we're missing the cook show. Let's see if we can catch any of it. Yeah, a little bit. What do we got here? Okay, we do have some food. Let's fill up our water. And we do have a book. Actually, let's pop those. Just going to pop those on the ground. Those two. We'll carve them up at some stage. Alright. Cook show's over, so alright. Let's do a bit of a forage and see if we can find a couple of insects. Well, I guess we'll take that. It's not really what I'm looking for. Mushrooms. Come on, give me some bugs. Actually, we should be able to... Yes, we can now focus on insects. I guess we'll grab that. I don't know if we can use that in a salad or not. Don't want that one. Don't want that one. Alright, it's a caterpillar. I guess we'll grab it. And we've got a full pack. Like one more insect, if I can. Come on, just one insect, please. That'll do it. Alright. Head up to our traps. Let's check that one. Something over here. Yep, grab that. And there's something over here. Oops. Grab that. turn that off. Alright, so leave these here for a moment. That one's still got bait. Okay. So head back down here. I'm planning on moving everything across to the bus station for now. Okay, let's just dump all of those. Not fussed about the seeds right now. Let's chuck all that in there. That can go in there. We'll put those fridge, freezer. They can go in there too. Alright. And we did find a pirate hat in the last episode in a car. Gonna head back on over this way. Actually, let's have a look. And try and pick out a decent vehicle. Not sure if we checked the condition of many of these. This one here looks like it's in decent condition. I can't remember if we had a look at it or not. Not a fan of the condition of that gas tank. Let's just go up this way and we'll climb the fence. Actually, we'll check the blue van down here. The one we slept in. Looks not too bad, but I guess we'll see. Yeah. Got a nice big gas tank. Engine's a bit dodgy though. The rest of these cars look a bit shit house. One of the sedans or the little cars might not be too bad, but yeah, maybe even the wagon. There is another van over there. I'll check that out by the gas station. So we should be pretty free of zombies over here. There wasn't that many. Still looks pretty clear. Yep, looks good. So we'll risk having a bit of a jog. So maybe this mail van. Looks to be in pretty decent condition from the outside. Small gas tank. Other than that, not too bad. Old tyres on it. Alright, well I guess, I mean, fuel's going to be scarce anyway. What's in that? A harmonica. That. Parcel in there. Alright, all of that can go in there. Actually, can all this fit in the basket? Probably not. Oh, it does. Okay. Let's pop the garbage bag in there. Let's, pop those in there. Let's grab that out. Rid of that. Okay. Yeah, do I have a gas can on me? I don't. Can't remember if there was one in the boot of one of these cars. No. Here's a bottle though. Oops. Okay, that's got some gas in it. Not a lot. Pop that in there. Okay. Oh, we got keys. Okay. Let's not waste our gas though. I think there was a bigger bottle somewhere. It's just 1 litre. Oh, that doesn't have any more gas in it anyway. Okay. Well, let's see if this will get us to the, it's got beepers on it. Damn it. Oh well. The thing I do like about these vans is you can access the trunk from inside. I know there's a couple of gas cans over here, and 1 or 2 of these cars over here does have some gas in it. Oops. Alright. Let's piff that. Are a little hungry. What's our weight doing? We're still losing weight. Let's eat all of that. Gas can down here that we put down here earlier. And I think we're pretty cleared out in here, so I'm gonna risk running around. And we'll just see what gas, if any, that we can get out of any of these. It's got a bit in it. Not quite a full tank. It's got nothing. That's got nothing. 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 Pretty sure this one was empty. Yep. Oops. I could have sworn that had some in it, but nothing. I mean, that's in decent condition, but I don't like it when you have to get out to change seats or access the back seats. Let's just shove this in here. So the sandbox settings, all of the gas tanks are empty. Most of the loot settings are on none. So we pretty much need to rely on buying stuff from the vending machines. Oh, that's full anyway. Idiot. Let's try that again. Okay. Still got more in it. That's about it though. Alright, let's hop in and use the car cigarette lighter. We don't want that in there. Have a smoke. Okay, so almost got a full tank. So, don't think there's any left in that. Oh, we don't. Clipboard. Nothing. Nothing there. Don't know if we check those two. Nothing in that one. Some in here. Not much though. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Nothing there. And I think check this wagon, I think. Memory like a sieve these days. Alright. Let's pop that in there. Okay. Almost a full load there. Let's whack that in the back. Let's head on here. Alright. I think what we might do, we're about to get carpentry show. Let's research this branch. Let's research this. Research that again. Guess we'll do those. Let's see. All right, get a bit of carving experience here. And I think we had a couple more small handles somewhere. Chuck them in here. Nope. There they are. Alright. So let's just make one of those. Can't research that. That's fine. Alright, let's make a bunch of spoons. Okay. Research those. We are hungry. So let's have a look here. Alright, let's grab that. Let's just have another quick look at traps. We have caught something up there. We are heavily weighed down. It's fine. Bit of strength experience never hurt anybody. Well, unless there was some zombies about. But I think we're pretty good here. Alright, so now one thing that would don't have over by the gas station is any sort of cooking implementation. Let's take a seat here. I don't know if I'm close enough to that bench. Okay. So set up a knife that we had. That's dull and it's worn. Let's chuck it in there. Rather save my multi-tool if I can. Do have a kitchen knife here. Alright, let's take another rest here. Let's chuck the bird meat in, we'll turn that on. Let's see here. Yep. Let's craft these up. Don't know if we'll get them all done by the time this is finished cooking. In fact, what I might do is have a smoke while we've got the oven on. We just don't have matches or a lighter yet. Alright, I'm just going to read. Well, that's no use to us. But these are done. So let's shove those in there. Shove that in there. What else have we got? We've got carpentry 2. What's our trapping at? Survival. Okay, so we can't read that. Take that with us. Alright. So let's get ourselves some food sorted out. Alright, let's eat that. And it really doesn't do a lot to help our weight gain. So open up one of these. Alright, let's pop that in there. And alright, let's do these spoons. Rather than transport them all. Search that, and knife must be blunt. ruin our multi-tool. Here we are, thirsty. Okay. Well, looks like we may have. No? Okay. Let's dump all those. Maybe we just didn't have space. Get all these done. We'll load up the vehicle. Alright. Go in there. Let's grab a drink. Let's see. Garbage bag in here. Don't we have a whole box? A whole box of garbage bags somewhere. What in that one? Okay. Let's equip that one secondary. And let's grab all of that. Well, I suppose we didn't need the bottles of water, but that's fine. Let's grab these. Need another smoke already. Alright, so let's shove that in there, shove that in there, that one in there, TV. Chuck that in there. And we'll go grab the computer as well. And then what we're going to need is a microwave. Alright, now running around paid off. Let's grab this. Still got a long way to go for any fitness and strength. But all this does add up. Let's shove that in there. Alright. Come on. Okay, so we might go for a little drive up the road. See if we can pick up a microwave. See how bad the zombie situation is over there. I've got cruise control on. Yeah, we are hungry already. It's half of that. Still losing weight, which is not good. Keep your eye on the road. I'm not a fan of that reverse beeper. Oh, these gates are a pain in the butt to try and close. No, don't climb over it, you dickhead. It's better. Alright, so what do we got in here? Do have a zombie there. And of course, climb over the tall bit, mate. Alright, couple in the corner there. Take care of this guy. Good girl. Can't tell what that is. Yep, that's Grandma. Or is it? Alright, where's your wallet? Where's your money? Come on, need some money. We got 19 bucks, but that's not going to last us. Still going to need to buy a generator before the power goes out. Basically, if the power goes out before we're able to buy a generator, then that's pretty much the end of the run. And a generator's going to set us back at least 40 bucks, depending on which one we get. Alright, check out these buildings here. It's a little late. It's locked. Alright, check the desk. Nothing useful there. So we do have company out here though. Oops. Oh, sheesh. Holy crap. Always the neck. So I'm glad I had that scarf on. Alright, just for that, taking all your money. Do I want scissors? I don't know. Might not need them. Now you give me a key. Well, maybe it's a key for one of the other buildings. Alright, but you got nothing useful there. Okay, have we got anyone else in here? Holy bananas. Take care of these two. Alright, there goes our bat. Right. Okay, what do we got? Keys. Let me see. No money. What's our sneakers looking like? A little bit worn. So are they. And those ones, take that. Oops. Let's grab that. Grab that money. Right. Let's wear these ones. Let's just have a look around the back here. Alright, so it is a bit late. Just make sure there's nobody else in here. Doesn't look like it. Stale bread. Yeah, we could probably use that in a salad. Cooking 3. Guess we could take that. Don't know if that's going to be any good to us. Do we have an eraser? Nope. Do now. Alright, let's close that. Where's the light switch? Alright, we'll read this. Might actually sleep in a real bed tonight. Cooking 2. We'll read the magazine. We'll read that flyer. Didn't we already grab Woodcraft 2? We did. What's this? A photo book. Do we have a pillow? Do have a pillow. Taking the cigarettes though. Handbag. Money. Pocket knife. Yeah, we might be able to sharpen it up one day. We'll take that money. Alright. I'm going to disassemble this bed so that I can get into that corner. And we'll grab some nails. Okay, nothing there. Spatula. Alright, let's have a look in this one. Ah, god damn it. Guess we're not sleeping in one of these beds tonight then. Let's have a quick look here. Ah, we take that. Alright. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Looks like I dropped my pirate hat over here. Scarf stuff. Pop that in the bag. Alright, I only have one up against the fence there. Let's have a quick look in the vehicles. Let's take the money. Alright, nothing there. Money. Another wallet. Key. Okay. Alright. Pretty tired. How many have we got? We've got about 4 there and one hanging around by the vehicle. Alright, not the most ideal conditions. We could just circle around and get back to the car, which is probably the smarter move. Because God knows how many more are coming from that alarm. And we are pretty exhausted. At least they are all heading towards the storage there. I think I'm going to circle back around this way. We are exerted and tired. And get out the gate and get to the car. And we'll come back and deal with those guys another time. Alright, let's have a smoke after that. Oops. Man, the steering on this is touchy. Alright, 2 AM. Damn it, those reverse beepers. Wait, fuck. Oops. I have a habit of leaving the engines turned on, but we're going to need to be conservative with our gas. Let's take that. Let's take that. Which one of these has our food? That one. Oh, come on. Right. Sure, cleared these out. Alright. It's these bags. Let's drop that one. Okay, we can research that. Let's see if we can pick up this table here. Get half of it. Go get the other half. 3 AM. I'm not going to have much sleep. Alright. Not that one. Come on. Put it there. How about there? That'll do. Let's pop that there. Let's pop that there. I suppose we probably don't really need a computer just yet. Alright. In fact, let's put that up. We want to put the microwave on there. I suppose we can put the computer there, it doesn't matter. Okay. We don't have would have sworn that I picked up a gym mat. Well, maybe not. I guess we're going to sleep in the car then. Let's eat all of this. And we'll call that a night. And that is going to do it for this episode. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.